the pros and cons of investing in rental property. Let's go. Let's start with the cons of investing in rental property. I'm gonna give you a live example. Guys, I'm gonna warn you, if you eating food, you might wanna put it to the side. This is about to turn your stomach, what we about to see. Smell is so bad in here. You see the roaches just got on my hands? Those roaches. The smell was so bad in here, guys, that when they were getting the locks changed, I had to get somebody, the guy had to open up all the windows. He couldn't deal with the smell. Look at all the roaches, running. It's the life of a real estate investor, man. This is what, you will get the tenant from hell. Or if you don't get the tenant from hell, you go and buy a property and the tenant from hell will come with it. All right, so now what we about to do is go in here real fast and I'm gonna show you how bad it can get. Okay, now that's a con of, one of the cons of investing in rental properties. Yes, a tenant can mess up your property. This is a part of business. You know, remember, we are in business. We're not here to be emotional, okay, guys? We are in business. You will buy stuff like this at a discount, okay? And that's why you're gonna buy it, because you can get it at a discount, or tenants might just tear your property up, right? So that's one con of it, and you guys see the inside. They left me with a roach motel, bro. Second con of investing in real estate. Tenants don't pay, right? We can limit that, and I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna go later in the video, I'm gonna talk about that. But sometimes the tenants don't pay. This happens at every income level, guys. Every income level. People have problems. It's not one group of people, it's not one color of people, it's not one ethnicity. I don't care what income level of property you're dealing with. Sometimes you might, people miss a payment. And that means you need to have a reserve, okay? Now, this is a people's-based business when you're dealing with residential real estate. You're dealing with people. This ain't multifamily, you're dealing with people. Sometimes, it's been times in the past years, early on in my career, tenants not picking up the phone. For the manager, I would go by there and talk to them, see what's going on. And they let me know.
Hey, well, I lost my job, this, that, and the third.
And I had cases whereas, they catch up and pay it, and they start paying again. Then you got your cases whereas they just gonna keep BSing you and do what you gotta do. Everything doesn't have to be playing by the book. In most cases, 90% of the time, that's the best way. But 10% of the time, some people really do have good intentions and can keep their word and really do have a solution for the situation. Missing payments. Another con is property tax. So you wanna make sure your house cash flow enough to absorb the property tax. And when I mean cash flow, I mean net profit, right? So you want to make sure you're net, after all your expenses, property taxes, you're making $300-400, okay? That's what you want to make sure, right? So those are some cons of owning rental property. Another con is with rental property is not if something goes wrong, it's when, okay? HVAC units will go out. That happens, okay? Appliances break. That happens, okay? Water leaks happen. I don't care if it's a new construction house. You need to have a reserve. I would recommend $5,000 for each property you reserve. If you own a 4-unit, $5,000 each unit reserve for that unit, all right? For that property. The pros of this. Let's get into the pros. Let's get into the good news now. Let's get into the good news, all right? The good news of buying rental property is you can get appreciation, right? Some people say, hey, you shouldn't bank on that. If you're in a major city, you can pretty much bank on appreciation. Charlotte, Atlanta, New York City, Chicago, depending on where you're at, right? You can still get appreciation. Like, this is still appreciation, and we're in the middle of the hood in Charlotte. We're in the middle of the hood, this is still appreciation. I bought this in 2020. Never seen it sight unseen, didn't get inside, had tenants were paying. I bought it for $125, right? Fixed up, probably worth about $225 or so, $250 fixed up, right? What I'm about to do is, in the midst of me holding it, right? And y'all see the house tore up. This is why I love real estate. And here in a major city, my land value went up. What I plan to do is knock this down and build 2 townhouses so I can get the highest and best use of my land. All right? It doesn't make sense to knock it down and build another single family, because that's not highest and best use, because I'm eligible to get 2 houses on this lot. 2 townhomes, right? So, and that's what's going on in the neighborhood. And this is one of the pros of real estate, right? You can buy a single family, okay? It could appreciate, and you got options. And your options are, you know, hey, I can fix this up and sell it. Okay, what is highest and best use of my land? What would the city allow me to do on my land? I can knock it down and build a single family, but is that really the best idea? You know what? The city's gonna let me do a duplex here. Hey, I'm gonna do that instead and rent it out. And that's my plan. That's the benefits of, you know, owning rental property, right? Another thing, right? Cash flow. Cash flow can fund your life. I'm a full-time investor. Now, you heard some people say, yo, they want $200 per property, $200 net cash flow for a property. I don't go for that because of my goals, right? I do this full-time. So I want to make sure I'm making at least $300-400. I'll take less, and I have taken less, if it's in a neighborhood where I know the property value is about to shoot up because it's a lot of progress going on, okay? So the appreciation I told you about doesn't necessarily have to be a guesstimate. It can be calculated if you know what's going on in that neighborhood that's in that pocket. Tax benefit. You get to write off depreciation for this to shelter income on your taxes, even though you made money. And when you're going to finance stuff, the banks know that, okay, real estate investors, they get depreciation of their property. So we're gonna discount that. Even though we pay less in taxes, we're gonna grant you that back because we know you're making money. All right, so that's a big, huge plus, okay? Big, huge plus of real estate investing, a pro. Another pro is when I go to sell, right? When you hold the property a year and a day, instead of paying top capital gains tax, you pay 15%. So you pay less to Uncle Sam in taxes by holding it, okay? To sum this video up, right? Yeah, some things can go wrong, we know that. But it's worth it because with the pros, I can get this to fund my lifestyle, make my car payment. I can also, in the meantime, I increase my net worth by doing nothing because everybody else in the neighborhood, they're gonna be fixing the neighborhood up. I'm doing nothing and my net worth is increased because of my value of my property went up, okay? I can do highest and best use of my land, okay? Those are the pros of investing in rental property. I strongly suggest you guys, you know, do more research and investing in rental properties. I actually teach my students in the Duru Squad at durusquad.com of how to wholesale properties, how to buy rental properties, how to buy real estate in your retirement account, right? I teach my students this, right? Because I don't want you to go out and make a bunch of money and not own none of this. I want you to own this, okay? Ownership, that's how wealth is built, guys. I'm Nasser, AKA the Real Estate Guru. I'm not a guru, I'm a doer because I actually do this business. Please do me a favor, click on that video next to me, stay on the channel.